this video is going to teach you 3-ball cascade. There's 5 steps that you're going to have to learn. The first step is going to be just tossing a single ball back and forth, and gradually you'll work your way up to juggling all 3 balls. So to start, have your feet a shoulder width apart, and keep your arms bent at a 90-degree angle like this. It's going to make the balls stay at a good distance from you, it's going to make them easier to catch, and it's going to make you a little more responsive. So just keep practicing tossing a single ball back and forth, aiming for about here. It's going to seem boring at first, but it's super important to practice the fundamentals. Just like in music, you can't go right into a difficult piece without first practicing your scales and arpeggios. So once you feel like you have this down, you want to start incorporating a little bit of this scooping motion like this for your second step. This is going to make the end result a little more smooth, a little more flowy. You always want to be thinking about the end result. Then finally, once you feel like you have the scooping down, you can start adding in another ball. So once the first ball gets to about here, that's when you can throw the second ball. So it's going to be 1, 2, just like that. 1, 2. And don't just practice with the same hand. Practice starting with both hands. So start with this hand once, and then start with the other hand. 1, 2. This is because in the end, you're going to be tossing one ball after the other like that. So you have to think about which skills are actually going to be useful that you're practicing. That's why, for example, Hutchinson from The Art of Manliness, he discourages practicing with scars. In the end result, the balls are going to be falling a lot faster than scars, so the skills that you're going to practice aren't going to be as useful. So that's why you want to practice starting with different hands. Once you finally have that down, you can grab a third ball. This is going to be the most frustrating step, adding that third ball. So you toss the first ball. Once it's in the air, then you can toss the second ball, and then finally the third ball. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And it's going to be frustrating at first. This is where you're going to start dropping a lot of balls. This is where it's going to be more helpful if you maybe have something that's not going to roll away from you. When I started learning, I was learning with rocks. I can't really recommend throwing rocks around, but they did do a good job of not rolling away from me. So 1, 2, 3. Again, practice starting with different hands. And always start with the hand that has 2 balls. The good news is, once you've mastered this, you're basically all the way to the 3-ball cascade. The 5th and final step is just chaining together these little cycles. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then finally you're going to have something smooth, and it looks like juggling. You might find yourself having to walk around or getting thrown off course. If this is the case, then you want to go back to against a wall or sitting down, anything like that, and just go back to the fundamentals. And keep practicing those until you feel like you can do it without having to walk around. And then once you've mastered that, that's all you need to do. You can start adding in your own creative ideas if you want, really making juggling yours.